Cardinal Parolin, "May God silence weapons and reconcile humanity." The Secretary of State presides over Mass at the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of the Military Ordinariate, established in 1926 to care for the religious life of soldiers. By Daniele Piccini, Cardinal Secretary of State Pietro Parolin presided over a Mass at the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls in Rome on March 3 as part of celebrations marking the centenary of the Military Ordinariate for Italy. Founded in 1926, the Ordinariate was established to provide spiritual and religious assistance to Italian military personnel and their families. Members of the Carabinieri, the Italian Army, the Guardia di Finanza, the Air Force, and the Navy were present at the Mass. In his homily, Cardinal Parolin petitioned for peace. "In this moment that we all know, we ask the Lord to silence the weapons and reconcile humanity." The logic of service and of the cross. The Secretary of State reflected on the story of Jesus analyzing the behavior of the Pharisees in the Gospel of Matthew. "It should serve as inspiration," explained the Cardinal, "for the ministry of chaplains serving in military contexts." The stern word of the Gospel, Cardinal Parolin added, does not remain an indictment against others, but becomes a standard of conduct for each of us. It calls us to humble consistency, to an authority expressed in service, to a presence that neither oppresses nor seeks attention, but accompanies and guides. Furthermore, the Cardinal emphasized, the cross must be the paradigm of every Christian authority. Within this logic, he continued, the mission of the Ordinariate can also be understood in today's international context, marked by ongoing conflicts and geopolitical tensions that make ethical discernment more complex. He stressed that the Church never ceases to promote a culture of peace, understood not as disarmed naivety, but as the patient construction of conditions of justice, dialogue, and the protection of rights. Silent consistency of listening. Turning back to the Gospel passage, Cardinal Parolin pointed out that the first rupture in the attitude of the Pharisees is a lack of consistency. The mission of military chaplains, therefore, consists in maintaining a silent consistency, the ability to listen without judging, to support without intruding, to speak of God without moralism. The second rupture concerns the understanding of the law. The Pharisees, as Jesus says in the Gospel passage cited by the Cardinal, tie up heavy burdens and lay them on people's shoulders.